Hello everyone, I'm getting so excited about the 4th of July. I hope you are too. So I made another fireworks DIY and this is great to do with kids and it's so simple and fun. So let's get started. So first I started with 5 toilet paper rolls. You may need more if you want to make more fireworks, or I found later on I could have used a couple extra because you're going to make a little cone on the top where I could have used extra. So just be saving up your toilet paper rolls and then you're going to measure it out. I measured it out because I needed to know how many strips I needed to cut for my papers. So I wanted to decorate them up a little bit and use 2 varieties of designs. So I used 2 different fabrics that I thought would work, or not fabrics, but scrapbook paper. And I cut 2 inches on each one. So you're going to overlap a little bit, but I'd rather have extra than too little. So I grabbed 4 of these strips. So this is just an 8x10 or 8x11 regular scrapbook paper. And then I have a square one as well. So I just cut 2-inch strips. And then I have a paper cutter. So I just cut them that way, or you can use scissors once you measure them out. But I'm simply just using the ruler, measuring 2 inches down, drawing a line so I can have everything pretty straight and perfect as I can get it. So then the next part is you're going to grab your Mod Podge and then you're just going to paint the top part, and then you're going to go all the way around, just get a good coat. And then I like to make sure that everything is good and secure. So I put Mod Podge on the toilet paper roll and the back of the scrapbook paper. Then I just took the one piece and wrapped it all the way around, half of it. And this should wrap perfectly around, but if you want to pre-measure it first just to make sure the length fits, you can do that. So then this is a normal square piece of scrapbook paper, and I did the same thing. I measured out 2 inches all the way down, then I drew my line and I cut it with my big paper cutter, but again, you can use scissors for this. So I've got my 2 strips cut out because I'm only working with 4 fireworks, and I just cut that in half. And then I am going to work with the second bottom part of the toilet paper roll. So I did the same process, painted some Mod Podge on the back, put it on the bottom of the toilet paper roll and rolled it around the bottom part and sealed it together. And I just wanted to put a little extra because it overlapped. My red and white stripe was a little bit longer. So then I'm going to take the 5th toilet paper roll, and this is where I could have used an extra one, but I am just going to cut it in half, open it up, and kind of just fold it into a cone shape. So once you fold it around, you are not going to have like a perfectly flat cone on the bottom, but you can cut this off in a minute here. But you just kind of want to pre-measure it to see if it's going to fit on top. And then once you get the fitting right, you're going to take your glue gun and glue it. So for the Mod Podge part, I Mod Podge the paper because I just need the lighter glue. But for this, you're really going to need the thicker glue from the glue gun to make sure, because you're working with cardboard. So you want to make sure that you're using the glue gun for this and not Mod Podge because it probably won't stay. So then I just cut the bottom part off just to make it flat after I measured it. And I'm just going to cut any of those edges off, and I'm going to put that on the top. And it fits perfectly, but I am going to come back with a little bit of glue from the glue gun just because I want to make it stable and hold it on there good. So that will hold it into place if you just do a little glue about 1 inch on either side of the top of the toilet paper roll. And I like this just with the raw toilet paper roll, I guess. I thought that was kind of neat and more vintagey looking, but you can do whatever you want. You can always paint them red or a different color for the top little roof part of the firework. So then I got some foam. You can get this at Dollar Tree or any hobby store. And this is just thin enough where I just literally, you can see I took my ruler and I cut it enough to fit up inside the firework. Now, I found out later that I needed a little glue because some of my pieces weren't fitting perfect. So I took a little glue and put it on later, but you'll see that in a second. And then I just cut those 4 squares and secured them up inside the firework, because then you are going to get your little skewers, and those are going to poke into the styrofoam so you can poke them out of anything that you want. So then I grabbed these foam stickers. I just got these, I think, at Walmart, and there's gold and silver and white. And I thought the silver was cutest with this because I have a little silver can that's going to go in. So I just decorated up the top because this was just the raw toilet paper cardboard. And I thought this was so cute, so I stuck 2 or 3 stars across the top. And if you can see up close, they're really glittery, so it just makes it so cute. So this part is just so fun. Like if you have little ones, this is where you don't need to be perfect by any means, and you're not worrying about the hot glue from the glue gun, and you can just have them stick it all over the top of the firework. So have fun with this, and you can even use the gold if you want, but I just stuck with the silver, and I had just enough for the 4. But like I said, you have the gold and the white, so you'll have plenty of stars if you want to make 8 of them or 6 of them or whatever you want to use. So once you have all those stuck, they stay on pretty well. And once you have all those together, you're going to grab your little skewers and you're going to take it and stick it up inside the styrofoam part. But this is the part that I noticed I had one falling out. So I took my glue and secured it in there, put a little glue on the edge, and then I'm just going to stick it up in the cardboard so it holds good to the top of the cardboard, which you could do this when you first cut the styrofoam. But sometimes we don't learn when we're doing this the first time until later. So that's what I had figured out a little late. So then I used this silver tin, and this is just like a grease or ash can that I got at Menards, just like from a grill, and I thought this was perfect. So it could be like any little tin, and I stuck the rest of my styrofoam down in there, whatever's going to fit good, and just stuck those in there. And you can kind of put it out just like I did with my flag. This is another craft that I did. Some beads. Right now it's on my little entryway table. It is just so cute. I absolutely love these, and I think that you can do them in so many different varieties because there's so much cute 4th of July scrapbook paper out there. So just get a couple and try them yourself. So I hope you love it and you can try it. Thanks for watching.